Hey, what's up? This is Dilio, and as you can see on the screen, we're going right into a review of the line of FIFINE microphone boom arms that connect to your desktop. Now, you're definitely going to need a flat surface to mount these things too, but what you can do is mount them to your desk and get them. And so if you're in the market, you see 4 right here, different styles. You see how they are different lengths and they are of different calibers. I am currently using this one. This one's my favorite right here. That model right there is the FIFINE BM66. But don't let that name fool you, because this one right here is the BM88. So we're just going to talk about all 4 of these and sort of give a comparison. Sometimes you really just need time to sit and work with them and see how they work in your content creation desktop or whatever you're zooming or whatever. In my opinion, you want a good microphone boom that can get your microphone right where you need it to do vocals or talk, and then get it out of the way so you can do other tasks. So that's why you see me using my handheld, because normally this is the one that's holding my microphone. And again, that's the BM66. But we're going to start off with the FIFINE CS1, which is right here. This is your good entry-level microphone, probably the most affordable. This one's $19.99. And if I had someone wanting to start out that didn't want to invest a lot of money and get into the world of podcasting and keep that microphone wherever you need that, this would be a good place to start. You have to be kind of mindful of how much weight you put on it. I'm not really sure the amount of weight that you should put on that, but I think that overall it's a good starter thing right there. And as you can see, compared to the largest one, the range isn't as far, right? So you have to keep that in mind too. I think that's why I like this one, because you have the most length of range right there. But this is probably the most affordable option right here. The next one we're going to go to is the BM88. Now, this is the low profile gaming one right here. Actually, it's a pretty good heavy duty build, and it actually goes with this stand right here. And there's an inset screw right inside of there, and it comes with an Allen wrench so that you can sort of tighten this up very tightly. I don't think any of the other units have this thing right here. This is probably the most robust mount that I have. Now, the other mount for this one is on my desk, but they are pretty much the same. This has the most robust mount. It has channels inside of it right there to run the wires, and then you got the mic clip right there. And it's but the only thing that would draw me back about that is that you got one angle of motion right there, and you have one actuation right there, and then you do have a little bit of actuation right here to change it right here, but you only got one joint of motion right here, whereas say the BM66, this is an actuation that bends up and down, that bends up and down, and this pretty much stays at the same level, because you want a microphone that's going to keep it where you're at. If you're moving it up or down, you want that thing to stay right where it's at. Okay, and so let's look at this next one right here. Let me see what model was that, because there's so many. This is the BM63. The BM63. Oh, and just in case y'all wonder how much stuff costs, like this is $19.99 right here for this one. The BM88, which is the low profile, this is $56.99. This is more towards the higher end, but this is more of a low profile. So you can really hide your cables, make it clean. I think it's a cool one, but it's not necessarily the one I will work with the most, because I want a little bit more flexibility. But if I were worried about things on screen and make sure I had a clean run with these channels, I think this is the way to go. As you can see, the cables can go right inside of there. All right, so let's look at this one right here. As I said before, I think that is the BM63. Now the 63, $39. So this one, as far as price is concerned, this one could be here, right? It's a little tricky to show off boom arms, but I think this is probably the best way so you can see the comparison. I think a visual comparison. They're all going to hold the microphone. Like, they're all going to hold the microphone, right? But this one has 2 actuation points right here. You got this one and you got that one. This one stays consistent to where you set it. So this doesn't necessarily move. It's going to still follow that same line. Holds about I want to say 2 kilograms. This is rated for 2 kilograms according to the website, 39. And I like this one. I have this one in use. I kind of have it on the other side of my desk to hold other microphones for other applications. But for the most part, it's still a good boom arm. I just like it better than this one because of the flexibility. But I think that visually, this one looks better, right? This one looks better. So that is the BM63. Now let's talk about my favorite, which is the BM66. It can handle 2 kilograms of weight. It's got the most longest range. I like the hexagonal look right there. Bolts right into the desk with one of those. It comes with a mount like one of these. It's just that I got this one installed on my desk. And this one is probably the most premium run right there. I may not be using it right because I got the microphone just slunk up right there. I need to probably hang it upside down and do it the right way. I just get a little excited. As you see, this is the one I'm working with right here, like the most. This is one I probably landed on the most use of after trying all of these because just of its robust feel. Everything is just super robust with this. This one's like $59.99 right there. Comes in 3 colors, the black, green. If I were to choose one, it would probably be this one. But I like these two. These are good. Like I said, this is a good for gaming. But I still like that range of motion. How far can I get? Because when you got these booms, you can stretch them way out, and they should hold. They should hold. And then you bring them right back, and they'll hold the micro booms or the microphones right where you need them. And so just a good size comparison. I just wanted to show these. I think the best way to talk about all these at the same time is show them together. Like I said, this is super light, and this one's like kind of beefier. It's got more of a beef, more professional feel. You know, I come from a time where the heavier the gear is, the better, the more premium and better it's. But this is also premium too. It feels very premium. All these feel pretty good. Like I said, this is good for entry level. And the prices range in like the most expensive one's like $59, right? So, and then you compare this up with the K688 FIFINE, or in my case, another microphone similar to that. I mean, you can really do a lot with these and really present very well. And I think they're all cool. They're good. It's there's not a whole lot I can try and extract for context with these, other than I like these. I like this. This is a godsend. I had another unit from Amazon. But the unit, and that's another final point, is that these units right here, like these clips that hold the mic where you need them to hold them, stripped out pretty bad. But these feel pretty good. And as you go up the line, these clips, and I'll show you right here, these clips right here are very important. Matter of fact, let me see if I could just zoom in for it, because this is something important. I would want to know if I was in the market. If I was in the market, I would want to know. So these parts right here, sometimes they don't grip these properly and don't keep the microphone right where you want them to. But these definitely feel good. You see how they have pressure points. I'm trying to make sure it's in the camera. They have pressure points there. Pressure point there. But as you go up in the line, you can see how these sort of, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting into the camera, so bear with me. You see right there, this is like, that's all metal right there. That's metal against metal. Holding that thing, you got a good thing to clip a microphone in right there. Sorry that my camera's not focusing, but that's gonna hold it. And as you see, as we go up the line on my good microphone, not trying to destroy it. Same thing, right? And those are those are tools that's gonna keep things put right there. So I think they're cool. But yeah, let me know what you think about these. If you're in the market, I hope that this helps you make a decision for your content creation journey. But I do think that the FIFINE units are good. Like I said, I went and bought like some brands I haven't heard of, and they worked for a while, and then it was like, and I was trying to save a buck, and you know, but these, like I said, this one though, this joint right here, the BM66. If you want me to pick one, like say, hey Dilio, pick one, BM66. You know, just because it's flexibility, it's got channels for lines, most range, most robust, most fun. All right. So if you like this type of content, let me know. Are you in the market for a boom mic for your content creation? Let me know. I'm Dilio. You're watching Dilio T2K YouTube channel. I'm out.